What's good with it? This your boy Notice Lib in this Evo Nation. I respect anybody that's not afraid to go against the powers that be. If you know anything about media, you know that if you interviewing somebody, the bigger the celebrity, then the more controlled your questions are. Normally they got to go in for pre-authorization and all type of stuff. I wanted to take a look at a couple times Mr. Tim Russert was bucking the system. These questions that he asked both President Bush and John Kerry, along with him bringing up the incident with Vice President Cheney, asking these type of questions can really put your life on the line, especially in the profession that he was in, and may have even really cost him his life. This is during the 2004 presidential campaign, and he asked both John Kerry and President Bush about their affiliation with the secret society Skull and Bones. The world needs more people like this who ain't scared to go against the grain, so to speak, or go against the common consensus on how things are going or operated, especially when it comes to being able to expose and reveal the truth. This is a little throwback Thursday for Mr. Tim Russert, bucking the system. Rest in peace.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go
I'm
wild.
sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web.
Number 322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. But look, I look
Are
forward.
you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code?
I wish there were something secret I could manifest.
322, a secret number?
There are all kinds of secrets, Tim, but one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that he's taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it.
And we'll be watching. Be safe on the campaign trail. John Kerry, thanks for joining us. And we'll be right back.
Tim Russert, thanks for joining us on Deadline Live. A question I've always wanted to ask you, Tim, before we get to the book. You asked a question that no establishment media person ever asked of the president and the runner-up in 2004, and that was their involvement in a group called Skull and Bones 322. I got to know, Tim, why did you ask them that question? What were you getting at?
Well, both George W. Bush and John Kerry were involved in college in this fraternity, secret society, whatever. And part of the code that they subscribed to was that they would never talk about it with others other than members. And I was very curious as to how they would react to a question about it. Whether they would come clean and acknowledge, or whether they would hold to their college code. It just fascinated me, and I think it gives us some insight into each of them. And they both were honorable to their code. They wouldn't give up much information.
Sure were.
Yeah.
What would you have done if they would have gone on to tell you that they do these bizarre rituals and that it is an extension of a German death cult? Would that have dropped your jaw? I guess you didn't expect that.
Well, it may have ended their campaign.
Yeah, and that really kind of shows us kind of what we have with our candidates, huh? Both coming from Eastern establishment schools, both out of Yale, both members of the secret society. It just kind of gives us an idea here that we don't have much of a choice. Who's our president? Have you heard of Bohemian Grove, by the way, their retreat where they wear hoods and gowns or cloaks and do mock sacrifices in front of a 50-foot stone owl, Tim? I mean, that's pretty bizarre. President Bush, a member of that group. Have you been to the Grove, by the way?
I have not. I've been invited, but I've never accepted an invitation. I work on weekends, so while people are running around doing those things, I'm preparing for Meet the Press.
Isn't that pretty bizarre for our world leaders to participate in these types of actions? I mean, I hate to beat this down, but I got to tell you, I'm really scratching my head. These great right-wing Christians involve themselves in these type of activities and behavior.
I think the Bohemian Grove, as I understand it, is pretty bipartisan. They have Democrats and Republicans, liberals, conservatives. So
that's right.
They all must find something of interest, but I'm doing my work.
Have you been hunting since February 11th, 2006?
No, sir. That was the end of the season.
No more hunting.
No, I didn't say that at all, but I have not hunted since then, but I ordinarily wouldn't anyway.
Will you go out and hunt again?
I do. I will.
Have you gotten over that incident?
I'll tell you what's not safe. Going hunting with Dick Cheney. So, you all set to go hunting? Sorry, I thought you were a dick.
Well, yeah, I don't know that you ever get over it. Fortunately, Harry's doing very well. Harry Whittington.
You've talked to him?
Yes, I have. And he's a good man, and he could not have been more gracious or more generous. But it's not the kind of thing I don't think anybody could ever forget.
Should I be relieved you didn't bring your shotgun in today?
I wouldn't worry about it. You're not in season.
Mr. Vice President, I hope I never am.
Right.
Thank you for sharing your views.
I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC News, and it is my sad duty to report this afternoon that my friend and colleague, Tim Russert, the moderator of Meet the Press and NBC's Washington bureau chief, collapsed and died early this afternoon while at work at the NBC News Bureau in Washington.